So, this is something I've been looking forward to doing for a really long time, but I didn't even know if anyone still watched the channel, and it turns out people do. Don't get me wrong, I don't have any delusions. I know I'm not like on the cusp of being a YouTube star or anything like that, but there are people that watch this channel, and I enjoy making videos. So, a little bit of disclaimer before I keep going. Running in this series, because this is going to be a long series, I'm going to have a lot of things to talk about, but you're going to start seeing different types of content that really haven't been on here before. The one I'm working on right now is a review of my favorite game ever made, a very comprehensive review that's probably going to be about 45 minutes long. So just know that things around here are going to be a little different, and it won't just be me always talking about 311. So I'm going to start this series on this channel called 311 Ranked, where I rank their albums, Peanut slap solos, Tim Mahoney guitar solos, Chad Sexton grooves, all kinds of different stuff. I'll keep making 311 content because I love this band and I know a lot about their music. I grew up on it. So now that we got that out of the way, the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to start ranking their albums. So the first thing I'm going to do is start reviewing their albums. But how I'm going to do it is I'm not going to do it chronologically. I'm going to review them in the order that I would rank them from bottom to top. One more disclaimer, and I swear I'll stop rambling and get into the review. Ranking the albums a certain way does not necessarily mean I think it's a bad album, and this is just based on my personal opinion, not the opinions of any fan group I've ever been a part of or any online community. That's not what I'm going by. I'm going by what I think. So if you disagree with me, fine, and I'm always open to having conversations in the comments. I try to reply to everything. It's kind of easy to do because I only get a couple hundred views. So, alright, let's get going. Number 12, all the way at the bottom of the list for me, is Universal Pulse. Universal Pulse came out in 2011. It was the second and final album to be produced by Bob Rock. This also is the shortest album in 311's entire catalog, clocking in at just over 28 minutes. The big single that got all the push off this album was called Sunset in July. And to be honest with you, that song does kind of set the tone for the majority of this record. What I mean by that is it's kind of a bare bone 311 experience. There's really not a whole lot going on here. The verse just repeats 2 chords. The chorus is a 4-chord pattern. I'm not saying that that can't work, but the song just really feels bland to me, and I can't really tell you why, and I don't really think that it's much of a fan favorite either. Now, what I mean by set the tone is that this format is something you saw a lot on Uplifter and that you're seeing a lot on this album. Nick Hexum verse, chorus, essay verse, chorus, bridge, chorus. That exact format only shows up in 4 of these songs, but a couple of the songs are very similar in formatting. For example, Rock On has Nick rap, essay rap, chorus. Nick rap, essay rap, chorus. And then the ending is this awesome solo part. I love the end of that song. I love that entire song. That song's awesome. Now to talk about some of the highlights, Wild Nights features a really fun chorus to sing along to, and a really good solo from Tim Mahoney. Let's check that out. And A Ways to Go is a really cool, trippy song featuring S.A. rapping about a crazy dream that he had, and also fucking awesome Peanut solo towards the end of the song. Let's check that shit out. By the way, happy late birthday, Peanut. We love you. And as I was talking about before, one of the highlights of that album to me is definitely Rock On. The lyrical content of that song applies to me because I've seen multiple people kind of flush their life and just not even care. So if you've been around someone like that, this song might hit home to you. Now, some of the negative things, the reason it's so low on the list, number one being a really bland mix. The album just doesn't really sound good unless you tweak your EQ a lot in whatever stereo that you're using. Which is really weird because the couple albums before it really showed a lot of promise in the engineering department. Evolver sounds amazing. Don't Tread on Me just the sonic production value of that is incredible. Uplifter is pretty good, but this album almost sounds like pre-production. It sounds like what they would send someone else to mix and master. Coupled with what I said before about the formatting, this album just really doesn't do a whole lot. It pretty much stays safe. The times that it doesn't, it's great, but most of it's kind of just run-of-the-mill 311. I would suggest the purists listen to this one, but for a casual fan, it's probably not really going to do that much for you. There are some good songs here, but coupled with the production, formatting, the very short runtime, and oh, I can't believe I almost forgot to talk about this fucking ugly album cover. The whole thing just seems like it was rushed to get out before they played that summer, and I don't feel like this is a solid album. It's got its moments, but when I look back on their discography, this is one that I'm like least inclined to go back to. Anyway, thanks for watching.